last week we went to the library and we worked on holding, reserving, getting books to your library close to your house. So my name is Mrs. Nees, in case you forgot, and I'm in school learning how to be a library media coordinator to teach students how to use information and technology to make their learning better, to enhance their learning. So
that's why you have to
That's right. So the expectation for class today is that you will show respect, right? That you will speak if you have your hand up. Okay, raise your hand if you want to answer. And we also have to have fun, because I don't like boring stuff. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of interaction with each other, but we can't talk over one another. So the first thing we're going to start off with is something fun, and we're going to vote. Does everyone like voting?
Yes.
Yeah, not really.
So I have a question for you, and you're going to have 3 choices for an answer. The question is, when you need information, and you need to find answers for research, what is your favorite place to go? You're going to have 3 choices, and you're going to vote once. You're going to either choose internet, like Google, print, like books, encyclopedias, or databases like NC LIS. If you don't know what this is, that's okay. I kind of don't think you're going to know what it is now, but by the end of class today, you're going to have a good idea. And by tomorrow, you're going to have a great idea of what this is. So everyone, we're going to vote. Raise your hand if your favorite place to find information and answers for research is, if it's the internet and Google, raise your hand.
Whoa.
Oh, just about everyone.
Yeah. It's everyone. It is everyone.
But I have one too.
Well,
You have to pick your favorite.
That's everyone.
So does anyone, so everyone voted already, didn't they?
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's start with talking about the internet, but it's not going to be boring. It's going to be lots of fun. Did anyone notice that I have a penguin here? It's not a penguin, it's a puffin. See, I have this around the house, and it looked a lot like a penguin. So can we use our imaginations and pretend it's a penguin?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's gonna be important, because by the end of this class, you're gonna tell me 5 ways to evaluate a website. And this has something to do with this penguin right here. So here we go.
Whoa.
Do all penguins get dressed?
No.
This doesn't make sense right now. It's not gonna, because it's an acronym. Who knows what an acronym is? I'm gonna give one person a chance to answer. What do you think?
I think it's like the phrase that you use to run something like in music, like for the notes that go online, so we do everything for us.
That's an acronym. It's a little phrase that helps you remember an important list of words. So, do all penguins get dressed? Doesn't seem all that important right now, but at the end of the day, you're going to see how important it actually is. What do you guys think about this?
Messy.
What is this?
A library.
A tour.
What kind of library?
Beat up library.
It's a beat-up library.
A library just by hit a tornado.
But it would
looks
be torn
like it
apart.
was
The shell.
by a tornado. The indexes are probably ripped out. Some of the covers are probably missing. Some of the pages are ripped out. Are they in order?
Oh, of course.
Like in a normal library? Do they look like they're in order?
No.
None
They're
of
not
it's
in
on
order.
the shelf.
Do you think there's probably decent information hidden in those books?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? There's probably good information in there. But if I asked you, Connor, to find out the exact temperature of the sun, and said, Connor, go in there and find the temperature of the sun. Exactly. Would that be hard?
Yeah.
I mean,
That would be like a trillion.
could the answer be in that pile?
Yes.
Yeah.
But could you find
Maybe trying to find it.
Whoa.
Guys, you all selected internet, Google, for your favorite way to search for information. And guess what? Oh, what did you say, Connor?
I do Bing.
You do Bing. Bing is another search tool.
Yeah,
That's
it's from
very
Microsoft.
similar to Google. So I'm going to count you in this category. So I'm going to tell you that the internet is a lot like this mess. Is there good information on the internet? Sure.
Like
Sure, right?
there's this little.
Is it
It's like,
kind of
it's
hard
like
to find
an invisible.
information
No.
sometimes?
It's like an invisible.
Not really.
It's
No,
like
not
a,
really.
It's like a library in the internet.
Well, the internet is not really like a library because the information is disorganized and it's not always true. But I'm giving away the next part of our lesson, which you guys get to vote again. Do you guys want to do more voting?
Yeah.
guys are all right. Raise your hand if you think it's false.
Everybody.
There's no test to have a website. There's no college degree to have a website. There's not like a website boss who sits in an office and people line up. How many people do you think would be lined up? Millions of people would be lined up. There's no internet boss that says you can have a website because your information is accurate and it's good and you have good intentions. So it's true. Not all smart people. Smart people are not the only people to have websites. True or false? Can you read the question?
It takes a lot of money to have a website.
Raise your hand if you think it's true that it takes a lot of money to have a website.
I know it takes a lot of money to have a computer.
Does it take a lot of money to have a website? Raise your hand if you think it's true. Raise your hand if you think it's false. Yes. Guys, you have to buy a domain name, which we're going to talk about later on. It's an address, like maybe $8 a month.
Oh.
www.mrsweeks.edu. She's very smart, and she probably has very good information to share. But it really wouldn't cost her a lot of money to have a website. We would trust her site, but can we always trust sites?
No.
There might be like
It doesn't cost a lot of money.
Hold
Hold on one second. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and to buy someone to host your website is also very inexpensive. To design the website, you can find free tools like that on the internet. If you have a question, raise your hand, but if you have a comment, can you save it till the end? Do you have a question?
It's sort of common-ish, but it's something about how sometimes you can never trust websites.
And that's the whole topic today, and you're going to learn a lot about that.
No, but
Viruses is
sometimes
one thing.
people try to prank you and they make things pop out and scream at you.
And when we come to that slide, can you remind us? Because we're going to talk about that too. Okay? And you remind us when we get to that part that goes with what you said. Me too. True or false? Information on websites is always true.
No.
I don't even think I have any notes about that. Because we just know that that's
I have a
true.
comment.
Let's save our comments a little bit longer.
Oh.
True or false? Information on websites is always up to date.
No.
No.
Who thinks it's true?
Well, I'm in the
It's
middle.
not always up to date, right?
On Google World,
Yeah.
the world map,
It's never.
It shows. It just takes a picture like everything you guys think, and it shows it as the map.
So it's not always updated. So,
Yeah, so like today it's
authors are not always smart. Authors of websites are not always smart. No, someone who published it.
Oh yeah.
It does not take a lot of money to have a website. It can have bad information. It can be outdated. Then do we need to be careful when using
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
Internet?
Viruses.
Google?
Viruses and other people can like make things happen too. They
Yeah,
can like
like,
make things
Who's
like
really
make
itching to
ego.
say something that had their hand up already?
Inappropriate.
We have two people that have their hand up. You go first.
But you know, sometimes like if you're really looking for like if you're looking for about the sun, like if you find a book, what if that book doesn't claim what you need? But the internet may know. But and then if like in a book, what if like if you really wanted to know about how do penguins, why can't penguins fly? Well, it won't tell you everything.
That's
And
true.
sometimes it
That is why when we do research, our teacher asks us to find more than one source, right? All right.
Not really.
Do all penguins get dressed? Who's ready to finally know
No.
What me?
what this means? You have something quick to say?
Yeah, it's sort of a comment
Okay.
back to not a website giving the right information. We were doing the science thing, and this week said if you didn't know what something ate, you could go on the computer and look. But it was only like one group at a time. So my group, we were on the computer, and I was the person on the computer. So they said, what do coyotes eat? So I typed in, what do coyotes eat? And I clicked on the site, and it said coyotes eat TVs, computers, people, and their most favorite, fans, and more fans.
Well, we're going to teach you about using a database so that you can go to a database and always get the correct information, because NC Wise Owl is going to be a good place to get information. I'm going to ask you all to put your hands down and save the rest for later, because we want to get through some of this really great information. Do all penguins get